because I'm seeing right there in the Senate House. And Lord took me straight away to where it's called the Senate House, the House of Senate, and the House of Representative. Right there in the chamber at that place. And I begin to hear people now discussing, oh, we cannot go to our place anymore. A lot of issues are happening. Let's discuss a motion moved for Nigeria to be completely either divided or restructured and make the way it ought to be. I see a motion, and I see the motion of what's called conclusion. I see the motion ready. I see the motion about to now hit the waves. I see the motion now about to hit the newspapers. I see the motion about to hit everywhere. Whatever is the best should happen. Because nobody's happy to see another person cry. When a Fulani man is crying, it does not give anybody joy. When an Hausa man is crying, it does not give anybody joy. When a Yoruba crying, it's not giving anybody joy. If it's the Igbo, it's not giving anybody joy. If you know you're a good man, a man who loves your fellow brothers, the Bible says love your neighbor as yourself. When your neighbor is crying, it does not give you any joy. Rather, it is a pain to you also that your neighbor is crying. You must look for a way, a solution to help your neighbor that's crying to cry no more. You want to make sure that your neighbor is no longer crying. You want to make sure that there's a support for your neighbor. So that is why we are saying all that we are saying as a major prophet of God, to represent and continue to prophesy and see the spiritual realm. Don't forget all of these things I've told you before now. This issue of dollar, some people are waiting. Let's see dollar come down tomorrow or next month. Dollar will hit 2,000 and continue to go. It will continue to go. After 2,000, it's heading to 2,500. After 2,500, heading to 3,000. From now to next weekend, the Chinese year will now Chinese RMB, or what's it called? I don't know. The money, Chinese currency, is going to move from where it is now. Chinese money is going to enter 400, and from 400 is going straight away to 500. Be aware of this. Major prophet is giving you what's called spiritual clue, so that with this spiritual clue you cannot be able to help yourself and know how to plan yourself. And the issue of food in the market, somebody's waiting. Oh, yeah, let me wait. The bag of rice is this tomorrow. Bag of rice is hitting 100,000. You see, this message is not a threat. This message is a message to now prepare your heart. I have made it often and often. I talk to my members. They should all prepare their heart. I was just speaking on Sunday and I told them, I said, members of the church, prepare yourself and be in 100 waiting for the rice to come over. Move to 1 million and be waiting. Move to billion and be waiting by faith. Because I know that this world, the only thing that can conquer all of these things is our faith. Our faith will not allow any of these things to shut us down. Today you hear this one is down with this one is down with that. People think their head is hot. So this is not the will of God. It's not the will of God. All that is happening in Nigeria, also I'm seeing America. They need to pray as quick as possible and begin to do the right thing and begin to see for the way of more unification and more looking to the troubles of the world. In fact, one of the greatest mistake that has been done is the mistake of what's called the Ukrainian war with the Russia, because that war has dabaru the economy of the world. That war of dabaru, it will make the world to go into what's called great recession. Different countries, European nations, and the countries of different countries of the world will go into great recession. And not only that, that alone is going to bring another economic meltdown. You're going to see another economic meltdown that will make America cannot undo their inflation, and they will move into what's called digital currency. I've given you the prophecy 3 years ago. I've given you this prophecy 3 years ago, and anytime you see prophecy coming from this altar, it's going to be prophecy that everybody must pay attention to do the right thing and follow the right way and follow what is right and what is needed to be done. Because in the realm of the spirit, as I look at the spiritual world, I am seeing the powers that is causing pain on the face of the earth being broken by God, and it shall finally come that corruption will corrupt itself. Corruption will corrupt itself. Because corruption must corrupt itself. And when corruption corrupts itself, then peace can reign. Right thing can be in place. People cannot follow their directions that will lead them to better life. So wherever you are, just make sure that you have faith. God will not allow the water you will drink to pass you by. God will not allow the soap you're going to take a shower to pass you by. God will not allow the food you must eat to pass you by. God will do everything possible to give you what belongs to you. Your right must be given to you. That's what somebody saying. Say, my right should be given to me. But if you are waiting, oh yeah, the government is planning. Nothing, they plan nothing. I'm not saying anything planned. Because everything planned has already been sabotaged before now. Once again, you are blessed to be part of this very broadcast, because Major Prophet of God is in the mood of prophecy to prophesy upon the face of the earth, because it's called a moment of accurate prophecy. Moment of accurate prophecy. Prophecy on point. Prophecy exactly the way it is written in the realm of the spirit, for those who are spiritual, to connect with the spiritual realm and be able to understand the handwritings on the wall. You know, a major prophet is not a prophet of God that will come out and begin to say, thus says the Lord, when the Lord has not spoken. A major prophet of God cannot come out and prophesy except the Holy Spirit has taken the major in the realm of the spirit to now begin to now see all the things that are written spiritually and begin to interpret for the sons of men to understand. Because each and every year, starting from the year 2014, from 2013 December 31st night and the 1st of 2014 to this very date that we are, the God that Major Prophet called upon, God of our father Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, the creator of heaven and earth, the God who never lie, God who never disappoint, has never turned his back without talking to Major Prophet of God, things that are written in the spiritual that will surely be on the face of the earth. When I entered the year 2023, crossing over to 2024, you were there live. The prophecies were excess. Many of you were like, oh, all of these things you are saying, when is it going to be? I was giving you prophecy bit by bit, position to position, things that will happen, Nigeria and the countries of the world. At a point, some people were like, how can this be possible? But today, you have seen it with your eye. So what we should talk about now is the way forward. Which way forward? That is where you need to pay a very much attention. Share the broadcast with your loved one. Share this broadcast with your friends. Share it with everybody around you. Copy it and paste it so that people will see it and people will know. Because after this prophecy, when you begin to see the handwriting on the wall and things that are going to begin to happen here and there, you will not say the Major Prophet of God did not say them or did not see them. The reason you must hear all these prophecies is for you to be able to know how to pray, for you to be comforted, for you to be edified, for you to be also spiritually aware and physically aware, and take every step that you are taking in the right direction. Because when you are not guided by the Spirit, you are not spiritually guided, and you are not receiving a word from God, you can never know what is the handwriting on the wall. So I'm committed to making sure that you are aware of everything written in the realm of the Spirit that will happen in the physical. When we entered 2014 on the 1st, I was giving prophecy. I told the Nigerian people from different countries of the world, I said, wherever you are in the world, put your trust in God. I said, put your trust in God. Why? Because you are expecting, oh, this year, as a lot of things are going to change. Politicians will do up and down, do this, do that. I told you categorically, don't put your trust in the politicians, because the politicians will surely disappoint you. They will fail you. They will do beyond that, and also they will not allow you to have peace. They will do everything possible to now make you to now never to be happy. But I give God the glory, because as one thing is happening the other way, another thing is happening the other way. I told you also about the dollar. I was so shocked. Somebody today was telling me, say he wanted to buy $1 and he went where they're selling and they were telling him 2,000 naira per dollar. I said, that cannot be so. He said they were telling him 2,000. I said, I manage 2,000 for what? $1, 2,000. I said, okay, what about the pounds? He said the pounds is over 2,000 since some weeks ago. And I said, okay, what about the RMB, the Chinese currency that they used to buy 210? He said it's now 360. That brought me back to the prophecies and the revelations and the things God has told the major prophet of God, because in the realm of the spirit I am seeing the Lord that has shown the major prophet all of these things. He said enough is enough. It is time to remember the people. Enough is enough, because it's time to remember the people. Because time to remember the people is when God will speak from on high, and the powers of darkness, powers of cultism, and powers of charm that have been used to manipulate the people will expire. And the right thing that needs to be done must be done. Right thing that needs to be done must be done. Because we cannot go this way. Is it like this? We'll go the day? That's a question somebody was asking on social media. Are we going to remain like this all the days of our life? Or what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And somebody called me from the village. He said he went to where they want to go and buy cement. And they told him that the cement is now 16,000 naira.